everybody. Welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, of course, I have to invite everybody in to be a part of this terrific, this wonderful community that we have built together. And let me tell you, it is the best on these internet streets. And if you don't believe me, go in the comments, talk to somebody. I promise you're going to be so impressed because they are impressive people. I don't know how we all came together, but we did. And I am so happy. I'm so happy we did because this is a great bunch. And listen, if you want to be a part of us, this is what you need to do. Go down in your settings, look around, find that subscribe button, and go ahead on and subscribe. And while you're in there, hit the notification bell too so you'll know when I upload or when I just want to pop in. And give me a thumbs up to fight my nemesis, the beast, the algorithm. I'm telling you, I am just dog walking it. That's all I can say. It is being dog walked, and it's all because of you. Also, I want to give a big shout out and a big thank you to all the readers who decide to support the channel by watching the commercial. Y'all are doing such a great job. Y'all are. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, over there in the corner, that's our join button. That's for channel memberships. And if you choose to become a channel member and a part of the reading club, you will be supporting this channel to grow, to improve, and to continue. And I'll be so happy, so thankful, so over the moon appreciative to have your support. And if you just want to do a one-time donation, look over in the other corner. It's somewhere down there. You'll see thanks. That's the super thanks button. Now, it might be the three little dots. They change it all the time, but all you have to do is look for it. I'm sure you'll find it. And listen, if you decide that you want to donate to the channel, all donations to the channel is always greatly appreciated. All right, y'all, we have some super thanks and we have some new channel members. Yes, we have some new channel members and I am so excited. But first, I want to do our shout outs and our super thanks. And first up is Annette Sweat. What can I say about Annette? She is everything. She has been here since the beginning. She has been down with the read since the beginning. She has. She saw something in me and she has absolutely never, ever wavered in her support of this channel, and I am so grateful and so thankful to Annette. She is everything. She is the sweetest. She is the most wonderful. She's just everything. She is all those adjectives and more. So thank you, Annette. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And speaking of someone's terrific, speaking of someone who is wonderful, that would also be Jane Press. Jane is everything. Jane is absolutely everything. I mean, she has been with me since the beginning. She is totally and completely unwavering in her support of the read. She is always down with the read. She's a ride or die, always coming through, always showing love. She don't talk a whole lot in the comments, but she is always in there showing love and supporting. And I appreciate it so very much. So thank you, Jane. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And Mary Daniels is another one who have been with me since the beginning. Mary is always coming through, always supporting. She is the kindest, most wonderful person. She really is. And I'm so lucky to have her as a part of this community. I am so lucky in so many ways. So many terrific people. And Mary is one of the best. She is. So thank you, Mary. Thank you for the super thanks. But most of all, thank you for being here. And Eulette is everything. Eulette is always coming through, always supporting, always in the comments. I don't know if it was anything I could ask of Yulette that she is not doing. She is the perfect person. She is to me in my eyes. She is perfection. And I am so grateful and so thankful that she is a part of this community. So thank you, Yulette. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And Elegant Pals, talking about perfection. Elegant Pals is just everything. Have been with me for quite a while now, and always, always is supporting, always coming through, always in the comments, always a ride or die. I mean, Elegant Pals is everything. And I am so grateful and so happy and so over the moon to have Elegant Paz as a part of this tribe. She makes it so much better. She does. Her presence makes it wonderful. So thank you, Elegant Paz. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And Lorna McKinney, yes, she decided to come through. Lorna is, she's everything. Now, she hasn't been with me a long time, but boy, has she really came in and made her presence known. Lorna is just everything. She is the sweetest and kindest. She is the best, and she's in those comments dropping her knowledge all the time. I'm telling you, I am just over the moon that Lorna chose our tribe. I am so happy. So thank you, Lorna. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And last but not least of the super thanks will be Sabree Brew. Sabree Brew has been with me a long time. She is a channel member. She is a part of the reading club. She is always coming through with the support. She don't always comment, but she is always there. She is a constant presence. She is always supporting the read, always down with the read, and just consistent in that support. So thank you, Shabri Brew. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being you. And thank you for being down with the read. And now let's get to our new channel members. Our first new channel member is Jenny Elmo. Jenny, I am just over the moon that you have decided to become a part of the reading club. Jenny is special. She really is. She is the best. She is so sweet because every time I upload a video and it's late, Jenny pops in and says, I'm first. I'm first. Yes, Jenny is always down with the read. And I am so over the moon that she has decided to become a channel member. Yes. So thank you, Jenny. Thank you. Thank you for deciding to become a channel member and a part of the reading club. And your official welcome will be posted on the community page. And y'all, go over there and welcome Jenny because I am over the moon because she is now a part of the reading club. So I'm so thrilled and so happy. Welcome, Jenny. I love Jenny so much. And Tell Nelly is also a new channel member. And y'all, if y'all are in the comments, any at all, you know who Tell Nelly is. She is everything, and she is always in those comments. She's always dropping the knowledge, and now she is a member of the reading club. I cannot, y'all. I am so happy, so grateful, so over the moon to have Tell Nelly as a part of the reading club. I am just so excited and so happy. So tell Nelly, I am just grateful that you saw something in the channel and you wanted to support it. And it means everything to me. And listen, your official welcome will be posted over on the community page. And I want everybody to go over and support Tell Nellie and welcome her to the reading club. All right, y'all. I am going to play this and then we'll talk on the other side. All right, y'all. I want to give another quick shout out to Annette Sweat, to Jane Press, to Mary Daniels, to Eulette, Elegant Paws, Lauren McKinney, and Sabri Brew. Y'all are just everything. Y'all ride so hard for the read, and it is so appreciated. Y'all are just everything. Y'all are. And I also want to give another shout out to our new channel members, Jenny Elmo and Tell Nellie. Yes, thank y'all. Thank y'all so very much. And please, please go over to the community page and welcome Jenny and Tell Nellie to the reading club, y'all. That is so important because they have saw something in my channel and I am so appreciative. I'm so appreciative to each and every one of y'all. Y'all ride so hard for the read, and let me tell you, it is so appreciated. I know this has been long. I have had some people to tell me I should put this at the end of my podcast and not in the beginning. But I always say no to that because y'all are what make the podcast possible. Why shouldn't I, or why wouldn't I put you first? So I always put y'all first. I'll always put y'all first. So just thank you. Thank you so very much. And like I said, go over to the community page and welcome Jenny, Elmo, and Tell Nellie to our family. Well, to our reading club, which is already a part of the family, but to the reading club. And I really would appreciate that. All right, y'all. Y'all know what I do when I am putting the read together. I hit these internet streets, and let me tell you, I have been on these streets, and it is a lot going on. Now, it's no real huge story about Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan are enjoying their holidays and enjoying their kids, but we have a few things I want to talk about when it comes to Harry and Meghan. And also, they are dragging that family over there. I mean, it's not the squatties who's dragging them. It's their own subjects who are dragging them. They're dragging them about that Christmas carol service. They are dragging them about the King's speech. They are dragging them about the walk to church. I mean, dragging. And we're going to talk about all of it, including the dragon. So let's get started, y'all, because I've been talking so much about the people who are just so kind and so generous and so wonderful in this community that I got to get going here and talk about everything that's been going on. So I'm going to put this up, and this is a message from Meghan that was posted on As Ever, and Meghan is talking about what she planned on doing for Christmas. And this particular squatty posted it. It says, a Christmas message from Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. The Sussex family are celebrating holidays in a very cozy atmosphere. And this is what Meghan wrote. She said, last night I was nibbling on the remnants of our Christmas Eve feast. And y'all remember, let's remember, y'all, that in With Love, Meghan, the holiday celebration, Harry and Meghan was talking about what they had on Christmas Eve, and that would be Doria's gumbo. So I am sure it was gumbo that Meghan was talking about. And it says, them some this year. Wrapping a few last minute gifts and tiptoeing down the stairs with my husband to make sure Santa had enjoyed his cookies and the reindeer had eaten their carrots. Anything to maintain the morning magic of Christmas through our children's eyes. I plan to spend today cuddled up with my family, maybe pajamas all day, some Scrabble or sequence or Candyland for the children. Music playing, candles flickering, dogs snoring, endless grazing, the laughter, the sidebars, the deep breaths. You know the ones, the fun, and the memories. I hope that whether you're cozied up in your pajamas like we are, or dressed to the nines, whether you're with a huge gathering with your partner, your kids, or on your own, wherever you happen to find yourself today, reading this note, that you know I am wishing you a very Merry Christmas and all the blessings that come with it. From my family to yours, happy holidays as ever, Meghan. Isn't that the sweetest note, isn't it? I'm telling you, I can just imagine her and Harry having such a warm and down to earth Christmas. Her, Harry, and the kids. I love it. If you're a squatty, this is what you have always wanted for this family, for them to have peace and not to have to be on display on Christmas Day. And all the animosity that you see in their faces, all the bad mojo that's going on between the family members when they are coming down that path on the way to church. I mean, it is not enough priests in that church to exorcise all the demons that they're bringing into that church. I'm telling you, I watched the Christmas walk this year, and boy, it was not a family oriented type feeling going on between the family members. You could see that it was a lot of tension, and this was nothing but performative. So I am so happy for Harry and Meghan not to have to be required to be a part of that. They don't have to be there. And by the tone of Megan's Christmas note, they don't want to be there. They don't want to be anywhere near Sandrium. They are perfectly happy in their jammies in Montecito enjoying Christmas. And I just love it for them. I do. They don't have to be there taking all of the crap from those flying monkeys over there. Absolutely having to navigate that treacherous family of scorpions over there. So I just love it for them. I do. So happy. And I am so happy that Meghan put out this Christmas note to show that they are so unbothered. Yes, they are not bothered by it in the least. You know, it's always funny to me, those flying monkeys really think that Harry and Meghan and the kids are missing something. I saw this whole segment and I can't remember where it was, but it was some of those flying monkeys talking about how Megan's children, how Prince Archie and Prince Lily is just going to hate Harry and Meghan because they did not get to know their cousins and they did not get to grow up with them, which is a great fantasy. And that's all it is, a fantasy. It's not reality because we know reality is that the firm raises vipers. Now, George, Charlotte, and Louis seem like perfectly sweet children now. But we all know the end product might not be the same because children who are products of that monarchy turn into vipers. They turn into snakes. They turn into scorpions that sting. We all know that at the end of the day, it is not going to be a fairy tale if Archie and Lily were raised with Charlotte, Louis, and George. Because we all know who would be scapegoated. We all know who would be thrown under the bus. And it definitely would not be the Wells children. And I'm going to put this up and change gears a little bit. We're going to talk about the King's speech. And let me tell you, Charles is getting drugged for this. I mean, it seems like those left behinds over there cannot get anything right. Everything that they have done, they have been drugged up and down these internet streets because of it. I just love it for them. I do, because they really thought it was going to be easy peasy once they got rid of Harry and Meghan. They really thought everybody was just going to adore them and everything that they did was going to be gold. They really did. They thought Harry and Meghan was the problem. That is the reason why everything was not looking up. Everything wasn't coming up. Unicorns and rainbows. Well, it had nothing to do with Harry and Meghan. The only thing that Harry and Meghan did was to show them up for who they are. But I digress. Yes, they've been dragging Charles about this speech. And this particular squatty posted the speech from gbnews.com and said this: King Charles is such an edgelord, leaning into the diversity is our strength bullocks almost verbatim, delivered without a flicker of self-awareness. Our Christmas message to the monarch is very simple. You stand for nothing, least of all your subjects. Yes, and it was just more and more and more of this. Nobody was having it. And it's not squatties, because y'all know squatties, we do not care about that family at all. We could care less. All we care about is them leaving Harry and Meghan alone. No, this was not squatties. These were his subjects. I mean, grabbing him at the top of his head by those few strands of hair he has left on the top and proceeding to drag him up and down these internet streets as his heels make skid marks on the pavement. Yes, they were not playing with him. They came for him. And when they found him, they absolutely drug him until they got tired. I mean, it is just comment after comment after comment talking about how out of touch he is, how people do not care what he is saying, how he needs to take care of the problems in his own family before he gives advice to other people. I'm telling you, it was brutal, and I just ate it up with a spoon. It was so delicious. I'm telling you, I absolutely made no comments because they were doing all the work. They were. And like I said, no squatties, just his subjects. not having it. And I'm gonna put this. This particular person posted the CNN article about the King's speech, and the CNN article said King Charles III urges courage and reconciliation in a divided and uncertain world in Christmas message. Well, this person posted that article and said reconciliation from a man who cannot keep his own family together, having a laugh. Yes, it is just more and more and more of that because people see Charles as being unserious, being disingenuous, because they look at his family, who's supposed to be the ideal when it comes to family in the United Kingdom, because they sit at the tippy top of society. They're supposed to be role models, and they see this family filled to the brim with pedos, with pedo enablers, with disingenuous people who do nothing but be performative, lazy, do not care about their duties. All they want is the money, money, money. And they're feeling some kind of way about these people. And of course, they see how these people who's supposed to be the ideal has treated Harry and Meghan. And so, no, people are just not having it. They're not falling for the okey doke anymore. They just are not in for the bamboozle anymore. And they're showing it. They are really showing it online. This particular person, I think this is a squatty, came up under that and said this exactly. He talks about diversity, yet has never spoken up about the daily abuse, racism, and bigotry his biracial daughter-in-law received. His silence make him complicit, hypocrite. Well, let's talk about that a little bit. Not only has he never spoke up, but this is the royal racist. At least one of them. He was the one that was so concerned about Archie's skin color. So, like this particular squatty, he can miss me completely. Yes, Charles can go past me at 90 miles an hour with this BS because we all know who he is and how he has behaved. So, yeah, because this speech is definitely not going over very well, at least with the people who have been paying attention. I'm just saying. And I think this squatty put it into perspective. I mean, the whole thing, the whole speech, and how hypocritical it was. They say this: I didn't mind the overall messaging of Charles's Christmas message. To be honest, this is the only Christmas message from the monarch I have ever listened to. I haven't listened to a single one of the Queen. But what I find deeply hypocritical is Charles is preaching about division, coming together, reconciliation, yet he does nothing to fix his own deeply broken and deeply dysfunctional family. He is the monarch and is powerless. He actually does more to cause division and isolation within his own family because of his behavior. Where is the lie? Where is it? He is one of the biggest reasons why is no reconciliation, why is so much division. And it goes all the way back to Diana, his behavior in that particular situation, how selfish he was, how self-centered he was, how unbelievably cruel he was to Diana. So yeah, I agree with this squatty wholeheartedly. I'm just saying. And Charles was not the only one getting drugged up and down these internet streets and continue to be dragged up and down these internet streets because Kitty is right there with him. They are dragging her for the Christmas Carol service. I mean, it is a flippity flippity flop. But all I can say is, who expected it to be any different than that? I know I wasn't, because last year, the year before that, and the year before that, it was a flippity flippity flop. It only flops more as each year passes by. But look at this. It says ITV viewers turned off their TV sets after their favorite carol was massacred. TV and radio. Filming Royal Carol viewers all have the same complaint over Princess Kate's concert. Yes, and I do believe they're talking about Kate and Charlotte's duet. I think that's what they're talking about. And this particular squatty posted this and said, even the sycophants admit it was another damp squid of a carol concert. Well, my whole thing is, it's so unimaginative. They do the same thing every year. They show up, they have this all these lights going and everything. They go over to the tree, they hang something on the tree, they go in, they get the candles, and they stand there and they sing, and somebody plays a piano or they'll have a song or a reading. And if Kate does anything like play the piano, her and Charlotte did this time, it's all pre-recorded. It's added in after the concert is over. So I don't get it. I don't get it. Why they think people will continue to watch this year after year after year, the same thing over and over again. And this right here is their problem. I mean, they really think just being there, just their presence is somehow so fascinating that people will watch them. They don't feel like they have to do anything. They don't have to have talent. All they have to do is to be royal, which is crazy to me. And that is the reason why it's a flop and why it keeps on flopping. You absolutely have to bring something to the table for people to be interested in. They don't get that. Or maybe they do get that, but we all know, even if they get it or if they don't, they really don't have anything to bring to the table. Willie and Kitty are the most mediocre, untalented human beings ever. They never ever display in any form of fashion that they have ever had an original idea. Everything they do, they glean from other people. And the people that they glean from the most, they steal the most, they copy the most, is Harry and Meghan. And that particular fact was on full display this holiday season. As we go on, you'll see what I'm talking about. And this particular squatty posted that same article and said, I think the viewers are just tired of Kate Middleton and her performative PR nonsense. Exactly. It's the same thing over and over and over again. And people are just tired of it. It is boring. It has no kind of imagination. And it's on full display that these people are so mediocre. I'm just saying. And I'm going to put this up. And this is what Sky News talking about Kate and Charlotte's duet in this Christmas Carol concert. And Sky News said Kate and Princess Charlotte performed surprise piano duet for Christmas Eve show. And as you can see, the Derangers were having a fit. This particular squatty said, laugh out loud. The Rangers are having a meltdown because the media are using Charlotte's title, but calling Kate, Kate. They cannot get over themselves with that. People are always going to call her Kate because she has not earned the respect that comes along with being the Princess of Wales. Yes, the prior Princess of Wales made that title her own. Kate has done none of that. She is clearly a placeholder. She has not made it her own at all. Now, if Meghan was in that particular role, she would have made it her own. You best believe that. But Kate is so underwhelming. She is. She is the most underwhelming human being ever. And they want to make her into Diana 2.0 so bad, and she always falls short. So that's the reason why they call Kate Kate, because she hasn't made the position that she has been given her own. She has not. And this particular squatty absolutely reposted that and said pre-recorded. Okay, yes, as I said earlier, it was pre-recorded because Squatty said Charlotte had on a whole different outfit. They just plugged that in. And I'm not being hard on Charlotte. She's a little girl. Maybe she would have stage fright to play, in front of people. And so I don't hold that against her. But a lot of people, now this is the word on the curb now, y'all. Y'all know I be getting the word on the curb. And the word on the curb is that they weren't even playing. They didn't really show their finger work or anything like that. And some people are saying that it was a lot of skipping around in there. It wasn't a consistent one take performance. Yes, it was a lot of people who know music said that, yeah, it was a lot of editing involved. So I'm just saying, that's the word on the curb. That's the word on the curb. That this was nothing but a con job to make people believe that her and Charlotte really did this. Now, I'm not saying that Charlotte is incapable of learning a piece of music. Of course, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying this right here, this particular performance was performative. That's what the experts are saying. And that's all I'm doing is repeating what they are saying. And as you can see at the bottom, this particular squatty has labeled it, let's pretend to play the piano. I'm just saying that I am repeating what the experts are saying because I'm messy. Because I'm messy, I'm repeating what the experts are saying. So there you have it. That is the word on the curb. And I'm going to put this up. This is a repost. And the original post, this squatty says, I don't believe they were playing it themselves at all. The last time she did the fake piano playing, someone else played the song and she just sit there pretending to play the piano. I believe it was the same this time. Y'all tell me what y'all think. If y'all happen to see the duet, with Kate and Charlotte, do you think they were playing? I have not seen it really, so I can't say. But I must say, I believe squatties all the time, 100% of the time. And most squatties are saying what the, word on the curb is, that it may have been fully performative. I'm just saying. And the squatty that reposted this said, yep, if she's such an accomplished pianist as the sycophant state, we would have seen her play it live. After all, hashtag Kate Middleton loves to outshine others. Yeah, we have yet to see her finger work match the notes that are being played at the same time. I'm just saying. Now, I'm just saying. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this whole situation. Is it Piano Gate 2.0 again? I don't know, but the squatties are not buying any of it. I'm just saying. And this squatty says you can see it has been staged because the rotor rats aren't bragging about it. Now, we all know that that right there is a sign. It is a sign. Y'all just keep telling me what y'all think, but yeah, that part right there, that is very, very peculiar. And of course, they could not resist bringing Meghan into Kate's flippity flippity flop. Look what GB News posted while the Christmas Carol service was underway. They said Meghan Markle's, as ever, reposted photos showcasing products during Kate's Christmas Carol service. They cannot help themselves. Just like Meghan is supposed to hold her breath until Kate's Christmas Carol service is over. She is not supposed to carry on with her life. These people are so twisted in the mind, so fevered minded, that they really think that Meghan's life should revolve around Kitty. It's ridiculous. And this particular squatty that posted it said, Kate's biggest night is tonight, the Carol concert. She's even did a piano duet with Charlotte. And yet, they can't even just take what their precious princess gives them. They just have to tie Meghan into it. Where is the lie? Where? Because they know it's going to be a flippity flippity flop, and they want to try to blame somebody for it except Kitty, where the blame should lie. They want to try to put it on Meghan because Meghan posted something on her own Instagram page for her products. These people, you can't make this nonsense up. You just can't. But yeah, they really are looking for a scapegoat, and they want it to be Meghan, not Kate. And this squatty said the royal family getting dragged that much because of the Christmas Carol and them meeting people to get gifts wasn't on my bingo card. Yes, their subjects said that they had time today, and they have been doing nothing but dragging that family about it all. Everything that they have done this holiday season, that their own subjects has had a problem with it, and they have not held back. They hadn't. It's been so good. Squatties have been enjoying every minute of it. Yes, keep the dragon going. That's all I can say. And what this particular squatty was talking about is the dragging that they're getting for accepting the gifts on Christmas morning. Now, this is a tradition. It goes way, way back. But for some reason, here in the year of our Lord 2025, the subjects of this royal family has a problem with it today. Well, yesterday, Christmas Day, when this happened, they have a problem with it. And they are dragging them, and they are dragging the people who came out to give them the gifts. They are dragging everybody. And this particular person said, baffling to me, no hate to the woman in the video, but that family is worth 28 billion pounds. It's Christmas morning. Go be with your family and give them presents to food banks rather than those who could buy your whole neighborhood. Where is the lie? And I mean, they were giving them some nice gifts like jerseys. I saw Lewis with a huge stuffed animal. Can you imagine a little child who is getting nothing for Christmas because their family doesn't have the money? How they would feel about getting a huge teddy bear like that. Now, it's my understanding that they donate a lot of this to the people, but my whole thing is cut out the middleman. Why bring it and give it to these people who are already wealthy and they're going to give it back to the community anyway? Why not just give it to the needy? Just like this particular squatter is saying. It makes no sense. But yeah, the subjects are just not having any of the BS from that family over there. At least not in the year of our Lord 2025. They not having it. And I love it. I'm going to put this up. And this is a repost. And the original post says it's a fan account of the royal family. And it says Prince George received a Aston Villa themed gift from well wishers today. He's such a confident and polite young man. Now, this might be a bot, but he is. He seems like a really nice little boy. I have nothing but nice things to say about George. Well, another person came in and reposted that and said, we need to stop this mindless idolization of a family who do nothing for us, who has everything they could ever need. There are kids out there who woke up to nothing on Christmas Day because 4.5 million of them live in poverty. Please, for the love of God, pack it in. And all I can say is, where is the lie? Where is it? It is little kids waking up in the United Kingdom with nothing. And these people are standing in the cold to give these people who have everything. They live in castles and mansions. They are giving them gifts. It makes no sense. Like I said, I understand that they donate them and give them back to the community, but why are you doing it in the first place? Why not just give it to the people who need it instead of going through this crazy, stupid, ancient ritual of giving these rich people gifts? It's giving gaslit. It is giving brainwash. It is giving really, really crazy, crazy vibes to really think that this is a good thing to do. I can't. I just can't. I am with this particular person. It needs to stop. And this squatter reposted that same post and said, this country's obsession with bootlicking the royals is embarrassing. They have everything that they need in a million lifetimes through no achievement of their own and could not care less about any of us. 4.5 million kids are in poverty in the UK. They are the ones needs the gifts. I'm going to leave it there, but no lies told. And look at this. It says people in wheelchairs wrapped up against the cold and rain to pay homage to the richest family in Britain. I will never understand why. Why? Why? That right there is a question that needs to be asked over and over and over again to each one of these people out here. It makes no sense. This is the definition of insanity to me. I'm just saying. And this particular squatty posted about Willie's mood. Willie didn't seem like he was in, let's say, the Christmas spirit. He absolutely was sour on the walk in. Now, he gave his little performative smile and pretend as if all was well. But yeah, you could tell all was not well. Him and Kitty looked like they were repelling magnets, that they, if they came anywhere near each other, they would absolutely shoot off from each other. It was very obvious that they was not a loving couple. They kept the kids in between them. Yeah, it didn't look all that great. And also the placement. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Their place in the pecking order as they walk to church. I'm telling you, it was really, really interesting. But this particular squatty said, Willie isn't looking too thrilled to be out walking in the cold. Harry probably sees this and thanks, but no thanks. I'm happy to be here in my warm, cozy pajamas in our mansion that we paid for with my wife, kids, mother in law, and dogs, watching TV and playing games. Yes, you know Harry and Meghan doesn't miss anything about that ritual. And to be around Kitty and Willie, it would be torture. But yes, he seemed like he was a grumpy Gus on Christmas Day. A real Scrooge, if you know what I mean. I'm just saying. Also, I want to call your attention to this picture. He did not acknowledge Eugenie and Beatrice. And by the way, I had said in my last podcast that Beatrice was not coming. I did see in an article where they said this was a surprise, meaning that she absolutely changed her mind and came. I don't know what the whole story is behind that, but there's definitely saying that it was a surprise that she showed up. But as you can see, the body language experts could have a field day when it comes to this picture right here. Now, we all know that they won't, because they never scrutinize this family like they should be scrutinized. They always are trying to scrutinize Harry and Meghan, someone who is not a part of that working royal family that pays their own way, who doesn't even live there. But yet and still, stuff like this is going on, and they choose to ignore it. Very interesting picture, I must say. And also, speaking of interesting pictures, look what Not My King posted of Kate and the sunshine shining on the side of her face. It is very, very interesting. As you can see, something catastrophic has gone on with Kate. Now, they can try to hide it all they want to, but these scars are absolutely telling a story that they refuse to tell. Let's look at some of these pictures. Look at the first one. Look at this. It was something really, really happened to Kate, because you don't get scarring like this when it is just a minor thing. Look at this. It goes all the way down into her eye. Yeah. And look at this one. Look at that. And this one. Look at that. This is the most graphic of all pictures that we have gotten of this scar. And it is jarring. It is jarring. And look at this one. Look at that, y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think. But Not My King posted that and said Christmas 2025. Now, all I can say is Not My King is messy. And also, I want to put this up. Look at this. Yes, we should have known it was coming. This particular squatty said, laugh out loud, of course, like clockwork at Hello Mag, waiting an article about copying from you. I mean, like you did with Lily. Yes, y'all know that they were saying that Lily was copying Charlotte, her little dress that she wore in the Christmas card picture, that somehow they said that Lily was copying Charlotte. Well, that wasn't quite obvious because it was a little girl's dress. But this right here is nothing but blatant copying of Lily. Look at Lily's shoes, and now here comes Charlotte. And these colors, these muted colors, when have they ever wore these kind of colors on a Christmas walk to church? Never, never. Meghan did this and they had so much to say. They talked about her hair. They talked about how drab the color that she chose, the muted colors. Y'all remember? Yes. And now here they are in all the colors that Meghan wore back in 2017, I think. And here Charlotte is with the same shoes like Lily, just in a different color. I swear Kate and her staff should be studied because these people are truly, truly sick. And this particular squatty reposted that same post and said she copied Meghan and Lily's shoes. Sigh. I guess we have to view it as a compliment. She still thinks Meghan has the best style. She continues to copy her. Where is the lie? Where is it? They sit around and wait to see what Meghan is doing, and they do it. They don't have an original thought. I have said this time and time again. This is why they continue to fail. This is why they continue to flippity flippity flop because they're constantly playing catch up to Harry and Meghan. They don't have any ideas. Why do they keep that PR team on staff? They never come up with anything except something that has already been done. It's ridiculous to me. And now they're literally training Charlotte to copy off of Lily. I cannot. Y'all have to tell me what y'all think of this. It is crazy to me. And you know what else is crazy? They are training Charlotte. And I believe this was a setup too. Training Charlotte to do selfies. Look at this. It says, while the media gushes over sweet Charlotte, your taxes line royal pockets. Paying a mansion tax while the royals sit on 1.8 billion pounds. Tax free isn't service, it's theft. Where is the lie? But it did not address what I'm addressing. Charlotte took a selfie. She did. And I believe with everything in me that this was a staged event. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Charlotte just didn't run over to these people and take a selfie. This was planned. I'm just saying. And this particular squatty posted when Meghan was doing the very same thing, taking selfies and hugging people. This was back in March 2018. Meghan is not new to this. She's true to this. And also this other article was back in October 2019 saying that Meghan was breaking protocol, doing exactly what now little Charlotte is doing already. This particular squatty said, very telling how Meghan was called out for having broken so-called royal protocol, but now the left behinds are being lauded for doing the same. Quite interesting. Yes, very interesting. And like I said, if y'all think that this whole selfie that Charlotte did was spontaneous and something that just happened, well, I have a bridge to sell you in California, and it's made of gold. They even named it the Golden Gate Bridge. Yes, I will sell it to you because you clearly cannot distinguish what is true and what is not. I'm just saying, y'all tell me what y'all think, but I don't believe it for a minute. I believe this was a setup. Also, I want to talk about the positioning, how the whole walk to church, the lineup. And as you can see in this picture, the York sisters are right behind Charles and his horse. And this particular squatty posted about that. And it said, I thought of something. The positioning of Eugenie and Beatrice, who was later seen, was a clear message to William to back off. Since it had been reported he threatened Beatrice and Eugenie to get their dad out of Royal Lodge. I believe that's true. I believe he was really instrumental in bullying Eugenie and Beatrice. And as you can see, there's the article. There's the article that came out. I even had it featured in one of my podcasts. And I believe Willie absolutely did that. And if you watch the body language between him and the York sisters, it is very, very telling. So I agree with this, Squatty. And the positioning was very interesting. They were walking right behind Charles and the horse. And then it was Anne and Captain, or whatever his name is, Sir Timothy. And then it was William. Then it was them, him and Kitty. I'm just saying, very interesting. Y'all tell me what y'all think. But I believe, now this is me being messy, but I believe if we could have saw behind the curtain and saw behind the gates of Sandrium before they start walking out, I bet nobody was speaking to anybody. I bet Willie and Kitty was not speaking to any of them. Beatrice and Eugenie was not speaking. Charles and the horse was not speaking to Willie and Kitty. I bet you it was a mess. Y'all tell me what y'all think, but I think it was a real mess. Now, this is a repost, and the original post said this: Eugenie being positioned before William and Kate is very telling. I didn't see Beatrice and Edo, or whatever his name is. Edo, or whatever his name is. Beatrice's husband. He is a nobody to me. I don't even know what his name is. But anyway, I digress. And then this particular squatty reposted that and said the York sisters had a prominent position behind the king, whereas William was far behind. To be honest, I don't think William minded. I think what's most telling is it's framed as Beatrice and Eugenie picked the firm over their own parents. The message they are sending out by having the girls so prominent is the crown always win, in my opinion. What y'all think about that? I don't even know what to think about that, but I do know that this is the nature of these people. They will always choose the crown because this is so important to them to be exalted in this manner is more important than anything. The crown is more important. So I am not surprised that Beatrice and Eugenie chose the crown because they chose William and Kitty over Harry and Meghan when they thought that they were in good and everything was cool and chill and they just could ride the wave on to forever. But then when the waters got choppy and they got in trouble and William and Kitty showed their true colors, now here they are. I'm just saying, they always choose the crown. They always choose to be exalted. So I agree with this squatty and I'm not surprised by it. Y'all tell me what y'all think. And this particular squatty said Harry and Meghan spending Christmas in their pajamas with them some private funded, stress free, and real. Meanwhile, others parade in taxpayer funded wardrobes and call it duty. One couple lives freely, one lives for optics. Where is the lie? Where is it? Because look at all these just fake smiles, fake everything. It absolutely is very telling. I'm just saying. Like I said earlier, I don't think any of them was on speaking terms. They just lined up and did what they call duty. And I'm going to end with these two cute pictures and this cute pose. It says Christmas when they were kids. And look at this, Harry and Meghan, yes, when they were kids. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all a little later. Bye.